What's up, guys? Today we're going to be breaking down Godzilla versus Kong, a mediocre film at best. I didn't want to really say that, but it's the truth from what I watched. I watched it last night. I got home from work and I'm just like, you know what? I wasn't going to watch it. I wasn't going to do a video on it, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Okay, let's talk about it. So Godzilla versus Kong. It's an hour and 53 minutes, and you get about 10 minutes of a fight, which is similar to Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. However, Dawn of Justice, that was the subtitle, there's more to the story. So this film, spoiler, let's talk about it. It opens up with Kong in this big dome thing on US, or in the US, and he's not on Skull Island or anything, and the humans are basically just have him in a big, gigantic fucking cage, and he can communicate with this little girl who can't hear in that. And then the girl from Stranger Things is in it, and we forget about her, and she is in it for, like, she pops up. This is the problem with this film, I'm going to tell you right now, is humans. It's been a problem since the first Godzilla, and then the second one, too. But I really did enjoy Kong's Skull Island. I think that's the best out of this monster cinematic universe still. But, yeah. The humans are about an hour and I would say 30 minutes of the film. It really is. I kind of expected for myself that, like, the only thing I'm going to really like out of this film is the fight sequences, and that's really all I liked. I did not give a fuck about these humans at all in the film. I had a feeling right away when we hear spoilers, Apex fucking Industries or whatever. Yep, they're going to do Mechagodzilla, and you could see Mechagodzilla in the trailers, and I'm like, oh my god, big corporation, fucking big CEO goes bad, dies by the fucking his creation. How many times has that been done, guys? Fucking a million. Yeah, I'm watching this film, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about these humans. I want to see Kong. I want to see Godzilla. And it's funny because one of the writing in this fucking movie is horrible, because right before we get to the actual fight, one of the dialogue scenes are Godzilla is mad and he feels like the humans are trying to replace him, and that's why he's trying to blow up Apex. And I like how the whole world makes a big deal that Godzilla blows up fucking an Apex place, but yet he's not killing any of the other humans. He's just going to these plants or these, like, building or the fucking corporations and just blowing them up and just leaving, because he knows that something is going on. And the thing is, I just hated that dialogue, and I'm like, is that really the fucking reason? But then we find out later on that Mechagodzilla sends out a signal that Godzilla doesn't like. That's why he starts attacking it. But the problem is, I just didn't give a fuck about, like, Kong's... I wanted to go see Godzilla versus Kong, and I had a little problem with Batman v Superman 2, where we only got like 8 minutes of the fight. I kind of wanted more. I really thought it should have been a 15-minute solid fight. But in a shorter film like this, you would expect there's a lot more confrontation. But literally, the fucking dialogue is laughable. Oh, round one, someone says round one goes to Godzilla, round two goes to Kong. I don't fucking know. That's the dialogue in this film, and I'm all over the place because I'm just this is how the film is. Bottom line is the human parts are fucking horrible. It's just boring. Nobody gives a fuck about them. No wonder why this movie was an hour and 53 minutes. Now let's talk about. We'll get to the fight towards the end of the video real quick, but I do want to talk about the score by Tom Holkenborg, Junkie XL, who did the Justice League score, Man of Steel with Hans Zimmer, and he did the Tomb Raider score. The score is good. I really like the score a lot, actually. I really fucking like it, especially when the actual fight between Godzilla and Kong, it was pretty fucking cool. I'll tell you a couple of my scenes I did like was when Kong was screaming at the fucking water and Godzilla does come up. You see that part in the trailer. I thought that was really cool. I really did like that part. Honestly, I'll tell you, the most fun I had was when Kong and Godzilla were fighting. on screen. That was the best part. I'll tell you one thing though. Um, it kind of, obviously it makes sense. We'll get into that after. Wait, we'll talk about the fight in just 1 second. I do want to talk about Kong's quest to go into the center of the earth in that big world where you see all these, all the creatures that are huge and fucking shit like that. And I'm not a Godzilla and Kong expert, so obviously I don't know exactly. I watched the films a while ago, so I'm a little rusty on them. But I thought that part was cool. But and then you got Isa Gonzalez in there, the average typical daughter, CEO bad daughter, and like yeah, she's gorgeous, but like I don't know why Isa Gonzalez picks these roles because she's probably got a lot of fucking potential, like to be an incredible role. But yeah, she just gets squashed by fucking Kong. Kong's like fuck you and boom. I thought that part was cool though. Like I said, all the parts with Kong on screen and Godzilla were really cool. Now let's actually talk about the main thing that you're going to watch this film for. It's worth the admission alone. I will say that the fight was really fucking cool. It's in Hong Kong and they fucking go at it and it was pretty fucking badass. I'm not lying. It was really fucking cool. Now what happens is Godzilla obviously wins, and then Mechagodzilla is kicking Godzilla's ass. Then they revive Kong. Kong comes in, learns that Godzilla is not the villain, and then they end up, like every fucking versus film, team up and to fight the big bad guy, Mechagodzilla. I was actually thinking like, oh, one's gonna die maybe, but they didn't have the balls to kill off one of their biggest characters. And then we learned that Godzilla just looks at fucking Kong, says, yeah, all right, goes away, and then Kong ends up going into that world part, I forgot what it's fucking called, to see like all of it, like the whole fucking place. I don't know. Bottom line is this film is a mess. I actually do think the CGI of the fight looked incredible. I really did like that a lot. The visuals were really cool. It's hard to do. I'm gonna be honest. I think the 1.43 aspect ratio would have looked cooler with a type of film like this that Zack Snyder did. Because when you're watching the Snyder cut, you see how tall Steppenwolf and Darkseid are. They're top to bottom. That's how Kong and Godzilla are. They're tall, and it was harder to see with the 2.34 aspect ratio, but overall, I really did like how they look together. The action was really good in the film, I will have to say, but the thing that really makes it suckish for me is the human aspect of it was most of the film with the bad writing and dialogue. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the fight. I love the score in the film. So, I mean, I'm going to have to give this film a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 stars. It's a mediocre film at best. A mediocre film. And it is worth to go watch the fight. That's it. But you're not going to give a fuck about the dialogue and the fucking character, human part, and or like learning how Mechagodzilla is. The fight is just fucking cool. But guys, let me know your thoughts below on Godzilla vs. Kong. Did you see it yet? Like I did. It's a short film. It goes fast, and I'm not saying like there's no parts that like it like slows down. It doesn't slow down. It's just I don't give a fuck about these humans. Let's get to the fight, But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.